Hey guys, welcome to the Big Talk with Austin, and your monthly podcast where we talk about everything that has happened, movie-wise, gaming, TV shows, etc., that has happened over the previous month. And now we're kind of a little late on the upload here. Only like a week late. It's technically still it's the new month still, technically, so it works. It's whatever. It's my channel. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And
I don't I don't condone that.
well,
Caught
see,
me off guard. Caught me
it's
off guard.
it's
Too
it's
late. Just kidding.
I mean, it's funny because people want to try to demand what I do with what I say, but whatever. But anyway, if you guys are listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, welcome. But with it being a little, I guess, late on the upload side, that means we're just gonna talk about more topics. Usually we talk about like maybe 12 things, maybe like maybe one more topic after that. But we have 16 different topics here to talk about, and a lot of kind of interesting things have happened over the month. So let's just get right into it. Starting first, Sony is just trying to buy whatever, I guess. Sony's trying to basically spin that money but more smart than Disney. And so
That's not that hard.
yeah, it's not that hard. I mean, I would, if anything, Sony's probably making better products than Disney. So but they are now they just acquired a theater chain, a small little theater chain, Alamo Drafthouse, which I believe we have some, don't we? I think we have some here in Arizona. Maybe like two um locations. But mostly they're in either California or Texas. And I mean, like, I never thought that I thought it was like illegal for the studios to buy theater chains because is it really like a monopoly thing? It would just seem
No.
weird. No.
No. I mean, they'd have to own all the theaters. It would basically have to consolidate. But
Okay.
I think for me, the thing that I'm most fascinated by is if you look at like Sony. So it talks about like the company headquarters remain in Austin. It has locations in 25 metro areas.
Okay.
So in terms of like getting their movies out there, it's
It would.
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like, I don't know
uh,
if they would get, like, they still have to license out the film to the theater. I don't know how that's gonna work out with when it comes to their own films. Because like the theaters have to no the studios have to pay the theaters for to play their movies there, and next they get the profit back off the tickets. And so
mhm.
but I mean, like, but I guess from 2020, that's when theaters could, and I guess a lot of like there was apparently talk about like, oh, now every studio is going to buy theaters, and it's like, and yet this is the first one that is actually being talked about after 4 years, and it's like, what purpose does studios have to buying theaters because it's not really a profitable margin for them, at least.
So for me, so based on the article that we read, which I want to reference back to because I thought it did a really good job. So it said last year the theater chain had a 30% jump in box office revenue from the previous year,
Mm-hmm.
a much more substantial improvement than the 21% across the industry. So if we look at it from a holistic view, if Sony is trying to push their movies, what better to buy the chain that did the best in terms of like jump in revenue than Alamo Drafthouse? Now, obviously, it would be dependent on what movies are being released. So if Sony's releasing adult movies,
Yeah.
Alamo Drafthouse is going to be the perfect place to host
It's
those.
more of like a
So
fancy theater chain.
yeah, and for adults. So
Yeah.
like if Sony really doubles down on like adult movies and adult content, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Heck, maybe they'll release Spider-Man 2 on the big screen.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I mean, didn't Sony make 50 Shades of Grey? They can re-release that.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
That'll be bad.
but I mean, I thought Elmo House went out of business, and that's why because didn't they declare bankruptcy? I thought they did. Um, and that's why Sony bought them, because there's like they probably can buy them for a cheaper price. Maybe not. Maybe they still had a few locations open. But yeah, I mean, this is an interesting thing, and it just comes down to what's what is going to be the outcome for this. It I don't know, because theaters are kind of struggling right now. I mean, like at least in early 2024, they were really struggling. Not a lot of movies were coming out. Now we're getting through. Now we're like at the halfway point. A lot of movies are coming out, and so I think at the end of the summer we should have $3 billion films, like $3 billion films, and I think at the end of the year we'll probably have $6 billion films.
So
So
I think that Deadpool is going to be one of those.
yes, Inside Out is going to
Yeah,
100% hit that margin too.
yeah.
Um, and there's
Which
talks of
not a bad thing,
no, I mean, like, that's good for Disney. That's how you do it.
except for
Um,
Acolyte. That won't hit.
no,
That won't
well, I
hit.
mean, it's on streaming. It's not going to hit any money. It's not even hitting viewership. Um, which that's a topic for later we'll talk about. And Despicable Me 4 comes out this upcoming week as this one goes out, which is talked about even doing even more better than Inside Out's opening weekend. So
I
there's a
would
lot
be
of movies.
shocked. I would be shocked if it did better than that. Gonna be honest.
The
So
Despicable Me movies are $1 billion films. Each one made $1 billion. Even I think the Minions ones made $1 billion each. Which those
see,
are
I don't know. Ugh. We'll see.
yeah,
I'm gonna keep my pessimistic self, but I like it. Sony Pictures announced of its investment in Alamo Drafthouse, underscoring the one thing we already know: theatrical exhibition is an industry worth investing in.
yeah.
So honestly, it makes sense that they want to invest in that. Now, will this investment pan out? Will it make them the money, get them the viewership
I think the
that
only
we
reason
that they
why it's
want?
yeah, I think the only reason why it's being allowed is because it's a smaller chain. And now if they try to buy, I don't know, AMC, then that would be like a different talk. But I don't know why you want to buy AMC. They're going bankrupt as it is. Um, yes. So yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see the outcome of things when it comes to this. But it's a, I think it could pan out very well for them. So let us know in the comment section below your thoughts on this. I don't know. I think a good example is playing exclusive Sony films, like exclusive re-release,
Mm,
to get people to go back to those theaters. So I think that's one way of
it-
doing it.
it's not a bad idea, honestly. And we're interested to hear if Sony does exclusives. Which Sony movies would you want to be bought back? I
Yeah.
think that would be cool to
I
have
mean,
the
Sony
viewers
is
talk about.
very well known for doing exclusives. So I don't think it's
They are.
oh
I'm
wow.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Um,
Keep him on his toes.
yeah. Moving on to our second topic, a topic that we talked about um, last month. But James Gunn's Superman set pictures are, I don't, they're saying they're leaked. I guarantee they're planned to. I think these photos
Oh
were
yeah.
planned to come out. Um, but I so we got a lot. The suit when James Gunn put up pictures about the for the Superman suit got a lot of backlash about how it looks, how it's damaged. And I kind of actually like the suit. I didn't like the photo itself, but I like the look of the suit and everything else. The set photos though do not make the suit look that good. I like the bright colors of the suit, but the suit does not look very good in daylight. And I think not in a natural setting, it doesn't look very good, but in a controlled environment, it looks really well. And I think that's going to be the
So
benefit of that suit.
I think it'll be dependent on what era of
That too.
Superman.
That too.
So
Yes.
if this is like 50s, 60s, like if they try and do a spin-off of that time frame, suit looks great. If it's something from like the 2000s or like 2010s, ooh, they really need to change that. So um, I don't know. It's interesting that it would be interesting to see what the context of the film is, because I think there are certain ways to make
Yeah.
it a total a total win, even with the colors. But I trust James Gunn. I know that he's better than a lot of other,
Well,
directors and producers, and
the thing is about this just from the looks of this film and just off of what is up, girl? Sam's in here. A little cameo from Sam. Um, yes, girl. So James Gunn is a very light-hearted type of character.
Mhm.
Well, character, but he makes things a little bit more light-hearted. So he's gonna bring more of that Christopher Reeves type of Superman. And
Mm.
you could just tell off by the suit. So going off in that, I know what to expect, and which is something I kind of want. The DC EU was just not only a mess, it was the tone was all over the place. They did not know what it wanted to do. Zack Snyder tried to take it into a dark direction, and in Man of Steel, Superman was almost kind of like a mopey type of character. He was kind of like not like really that hopeful, which I don't mind. Superman can be a dark type of character. We've seen it in the comics,
Yeah.
but when you try to portray him as our first, you know, as a first impression, there's not a lot of hope from that guy in that one.
Mm.
And so, and I think what James Gunn is trying to do is bring a little bit more hopeful, and you can see that in the colors, and you can see that in the characters that he's choosing. Like I think there's a TV show, an animated TV show coming out for HBO Max called Kite Man. I guess there's like a character in Kite Man, like in the comics or something, which James Gunn is very well known just taking random characters and just making something out of it just to see what happens. Like no one knew about who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. No one cared about those characters until James Gunn brought them to the screen. Like so, it just comes down to like I understand people's worries, but people saying like, "Oh, this movie's gonna bomb," I'm like, okay, now you're just being dramatic because we haven't even seen a trailer. We're just seeing pictures. Well, it's like I think we should wait a little bit more. But I do agree. I think what ruins the suit a tiny bit for me is the lines on it. It just looks a little bit too weird. I think they should have just gone with the no lines, just the plain little like colorful suit without this Guardians look to it. Um, I do like I do like the Clark Kent look. Did you see
I
the photo of
his
Clark?
hair is perfect.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
has your hair.
he
They
does a
they
really good
saw
job.
they saw our podcast and they're
Okay.
like, let's do that. And but people are
I
calling
don't know.
his
I
hair
don't know
like
what they saw.
broccoli hair. But see, I like the look because one, it's a very different look. We've never seen Superman with a broccoli hair. Two, um, Clark needs to keep his identity hidden. In the other films, like all he would do is put glasses on, like, see, I'm not Superman. And it's like,
Oh my gosh, that's like
there's
when you're with a baby, you go like
yeah,
this. You're like, oh, it's not me.
it's I think of the Ice Age scene where it's like, where's the
Oh
baby?
yeah,
There he is. So
yeah.
I'm actually fine with the look because it's like, wow, you need to kind of make him look very different because then people will be like, so how can they not tell that he's Superman? And so I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts. What do you think?
I genuinely think that well, one, it's very difficult to understand the context of a character without like trailer scenes, some context or background behind villain, etc. Um, it, that's why it's very difficult for me because I love that we get to talk about a ton of cool topics. But at the same token, it's like sometimes like for instance, the Acolyte. If you would have compared the trailer to what we're currently getting, the trailer makes it look really cool. What
Yeah.
we're getting, not so much.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try and reserve um,
Well, let me ask a better
my
question. Does anything that
yeah.
you see um make you worry? I like, does it look cheap to you? Because a lot of people say like, oh, this looks even worse than a CW. I'm like, okay. I mean, yeah,
No.
that's kind of your opinion. Uh, I don't think that this looks any worse than a CW. I just think that he's just going with a different style. Uh,
Well, and
So
here's the thing: is that is that we're assuming, not we, but like people are assuming that style is going to automatically render a worse result.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is just not the case.
Who'd you cast and where would you stand on the James Gunn situation? I mean, like, yeah, and people are going like, oh, how does this a $300 million film look like a CW? First of all, James Gunn already confirmed that this isn't going to be a $300 million film. DC, Warner Bros. And DC already know that they are not going to that they cannot spend $300 million on this movie because it's not going to make it. That's not going to make its money back. They know that like they're going to have to start off small, then go up big. And because a film doesn't make $1 billion doesn't mean it's a failure. It's a success based off it made it money back off the budget. That's how you judge a movie and its box office. Just to let you people know for the ones who complain about a budget. But yeah. Anyway, let us know in the comments.
And here's the thing.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry. I was going to say one last thing. We don't even know if the budget's going to be. What if they come in less?
It's probably going to be 150.
I mean, that's still less than the Acolyte. Yeah. I'm just going to say this is going to be our running joke tonight, everybody. So if you like the Acolyte, you're probably not going to like this episode.
Yeah, I'm most likely going to make the theme of the thumbnail and the title the Acolyte. So if you already don't know what we're going to talk about and probably trash on a lot later, then that's kind of your fault. So if you don't like negativity, so I don't like negativity, but it's sometimes fun. But yeah, let us know in the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Moving on to the next thing that is actually cost $300 million to make. Penguin.
Rightfully so.
I really like Robert Pattinson's Batman. I love Matt Reeves' Batman. I think honestly, it might be my favorite Batman film. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's up there with The Dark Knight, that's for sure.
Can I read you a great comment that I think just so encompassed? Okay. Yeah. So somebody said the Batman universe is cooking.
Yeah.
Which can't disagree. But this one is good. This looks like something straight out of The Sopranos, but this time with Batman characters in it, and I'm all for it. I guess Penguin never had the making of a varsity athlete. I just thought this was fantastic. I mean, The Sopranos is fantastic. Oh, so good. So if they can encapsulate that type of like showmanship,
yeah,
in this show, HBO is going to knock out of the park. Let's be real. Like HBO does real well.
Yes. Like HBO knows how to make a good show. And I mean, we're seeing I haven't watched it personally, but I've been hearing this about the House of Dragons. I've been hearing really good things about that. And usually when HBO puts something out, it's a banger. The Last of Us and etc.
Easy.
Yeah.
I was going to say easy.
And the makeup on what's the actor's name? I don't know why I'm blanking the actor's name.
I was just looking at everybody. I have my notes on the side with me. Colin Farrell.
That's right. You can't even tell that's him under all that makeup, which is fantastic.
I know it's him because his name's in the credits.
Well, that too.
Just kidding.
Like the makeup department, fantastic job on and that's how he was in the Batman, which I would believe was probably the best part of that whole entire film. Like just pulling this Italian accent out and this is great. And this just from the trailers, it gives me like the Departed vibe, like like this underground, like sinister, corrupt system, and it just feel like I'm excited. I don't really know much to say on it besides of how much I'm excited for it. I'm just more curious, what is it about? Like, what are they going to dive into really? And like if it's gonna have the same level of writing. I think Matt Reeves is. I don't think he's directing it, but he has to have like.
Isn't he a producer or something? Yeah,
I think he has. Yeah, he's some form of like a producer, and he might have some writing credits. But
well, and here's the thing: if he writes it to where it plops in perfectly with like the movies or the saga,
yeah.
It's going to be a slam dunk, and this may actually make people want more DC Universe stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's the hardest thing that I've always really struggled with is nobody goes, yes,
Yeah,
I
that's
love the DC.
that's the
Yeah,
funniest thing. People like bring back the Zack Snyderverse, bring back the DCU. Yet you never went back and actually supported the movies when they were coming out. It's
yeah.
like I don't get it.
Well,
So
that's just usually how people are. Is it's like, but that's my favorite. When I remember when I was a kid and they came out with the prequel movies, the Star Wars.
which all got
Yeah,
hated, and now everyone loves it.
Oh yeah, everybody's like, oh, I love Anakin as an actor. I'm like, you guys gave him a lot of crap
Yeah,
for a while. Hey man,
I can understand maybe like giving like respecting it slightly a little bit more because of what we're getting, but be like, oh no, yeah, the prequels were always great. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, whatever you say, bub. Just call me Blob? No. X-Men
Bub,
Origins.
big difference.
Uh, but yeah, let us know what your guys' thoughts on the Penguin. Uh, yeah, I'm really excited for it. And we're not only even getting the Penguin this year, we're getting a Dune TV show as well. So that's a lot of good
Well,
stuff coming out on Max.
and instead of going to the comment section, you should waddle to the comment section.
Waddle.
Let us, yes, yeah. Thank you.
And give us your best
I'll be here all week.
Give us your best Italian accent too, if you can. But if what do you want to talk about the next topic?
Okay, so this one, this show, this everything about the Blade project is just wrong. They just need to take a blade and cut it out.
I think
Just
they
kidding.
need to cut their losses on this one.
Yeah, so Blade is in turmoil again.
It's
As
just
Marvel
like
blockbuster loses director for second time. I mean, at this point, they just need to let somebody really bad direct.
no, I think they need to just let how do you say his name? Imash? I'm not gonna say his name right. I can't say it.
Oh, I got you. I wrote it down because I was trying to. It's Jan Demange.
Yadamash Lee. Ooh, people are gonna give me crap not know how to say the actor's name.
Hey, I try really hard to say the names. So,
Oh,
but the hard part is he's
they
done.
need to they need to leave him. Like they need to let him go, and so then he can do other projects. I mean, like he's filming Jurassic World right now, the new Jurassic Park film. So he is in that. But imagine all the other projects that he had to deny to because he was attached to this project because he was being told like, yeah, we'll film it next month. Next month? Yeah, we'll
Well,
film it next month. Oh,
and
sorry.
and especially when the cast is good. That's why I'm like,
Oh yeah, they have
it can't
Mia
be that
Goth.
difficult.
Like she is great in X. She was great in I can't remember the one that was like the sequel to X, and Maxine's coming out.
And then you have Ali that's in it as well.
Yes.
So you sit here and you're like, okay, you have a good cast. You've had numerous directors. It's just, it's like at this point,
who are you hiring to write this garbage? It's like that's the problem. Like who are
probably the
you?
Acolyte writers.
Oh,
The
that's
Acolyte writers.
probably that makes a lot more sense actually, because they're gonna have Blade have multiple pronouns. That was probably the problem. Because Blade's a vampire, so it's not a he or a she. It's whatever.
Oh gosh,
Gonna get hate for
I
that one.
think for me, it's it, the my gosh is like it doesn't matter how they write in those characters. If you're not going to have a director, you're not going to have a film. I mean,
Yeah.
there has to be somebody that's holding this project together.
Well,
And
they're
it
supposed to film this
stinks.
next year. They're supposed to film
Well,
this
it's
next
supposed to be
year.
out already, wasn't
Well,
it?
that's true. This has been a 5-year like devil's hell, whatever. Like this thing should have been coming out, and I believe the actor's lawyer has also even come out and speaking about how ridiculous this is, and saying
Well,
like he can honestly straight up sue for amount of projects that he has lost and how much money he has lost because he's not getting paid. He gets paid until he makes the movie. So
well, I mean, at this point, I just cut my losses and say bye. Cut it out. That's
yeah,
why it's called Blade.
yeah.
Which, by the way, let us know if you're excited for Blade because I'm curious to hear. This next one, can I introduce this one too?
Should we cut the losses on this?
No,
No?
we're
Oh
not
no.
gonna. We're gonna do this one. Okay, we're just gonna push through. So just for prefer, or you know, just for reference, excuse me. We have a preference of things we like to talk to. So
Yeah.
Austin will always send some things that we're going to talk about. And this one is it's just too good to be true. It's just too funny. So once again, I believe it's AMC is getting some love for their Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn buckets.
Yeah, we ain't saying
I
those.
Dune Dune kills me. Dune has just set off what seems to be a year of popcorn buckets.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I mean,
and
I think they would have done this bucket even without the Doom bucket. Or do you think that the Doom
you
bucket
know,
inspired this
no, the Dune bucket definitely inspired these. I mean, you go look at it and it's like the uncanniness, and they even like added the Dune bucket in like some of their,
marketing?
uh, yeah. I mean,
Oh,
it's genius. It's ingenious.
I want to
So
buy one.
the it depends which one. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Um, I mean, we're not going to show you. You'll just go Google the Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn bucket, and then let us know what you think about it.
okay.
That's what I'm curious
Do
to
you
hear.
think that this bucket will be as good as the movie, or do you think the movie's at, or is going to be as good as or the movie's going to be as good as this bucket? Is a better way to say it.
I'm just saying, if we know anything about Deadpool as a character, this bucket is very indicative about how this
Uh,
movie's going to be.
I mean, like the
So,
whole marketing on this movie is brilliant. Like I've been enjoying
I mean,
it.
it's
The
Ryan Reynolds.
yeah,
It's not surprising.
I'm
So,
like everything about this movie is just it's gonna be successful. Even I'm just looking at pictures of this bucket. Even the tongue has like some form of detail to it. I think it's like a foam type of tongue. Yeah. Uh,
they know what they were doing.
no, yeah.
And I'm going to say, if the creators of this popcorn bucket ever watch this video, I was well played. Very well
Oh,
played.
well played. Can I
So,
get one for
they need to
free?
give you a raise. So,
Yeah. Everyone on this marketing team needs a raise. That's for sure. So let us
so
know.
go Google.
Let us
Hmm.
know if you're gonna buy a Deadpool and Wolverine bucket if you can. I guarantee
Or
these are
both.
or both. I Are they doing two different ones? Are they doing a Wolverine and a Deadpool?
Yeah, that was my understanding.
Oh,
I don't know if it's like varies by location, which one's I don't know. But let us know which one you're going to buy. Let us know if you do buy one. And if you do buy one, then
don't
let us know if you even put popcorn in
yeah,
it.
don't
Just
let
kidding.
us know how you use it, but say if you enjoy it. Um, yeah. Let us know in the comment
Although
section.
you could fit a king size candy bar, so you can have the candy bar held in there. You can have your popcorn.
Yeah,
You could probably put a full size drink, honestly, at this.
Pro- you probably
Uh,
it can be literally a full like margarita bowl, and it's like with a tiny straw. But yeah, I think it's a cool design. I think it works for the movie and the Deadpool films, so it works for what it is.
did I
Don't
tell you
just
my popcorn bucket idea? I'm sorry, I didn't mean. I just want to tell you, I think it's great.
oh
So I think they should re-release Titanic again, because why not? And they should have a door popcorn bucket so you don't get to share with anybody.
oh.
It'll all be yours. So,
But the thing is, it's flat, so it's not gonna be able to hold popcorn.
well, it also couldn't.
I thought you were
It
gonna
also
talk
couldn't
about.
hold. It also couldn't hold Jack either.
Oh
So
yeah,
it can't hold
I
Jack
thought you were gonna
squat.
talk about the drawing scene where it's like, oh, they should come out with a popcorn bucket of
No,
case.
no, 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 no. We're just talking about the door.
Oh, okay.
So get the Titanic popcorn bucket. It won't
Mm,
hold Jack. It also won't hold popcorn.
yeah.
So
So you
it'll
can,
literally just be flat.
you can just slap someone with it. But yeah, let us know in the
Or
comments.
float in the pool on it. Let us know how that goes.
Yeah.
So just don't freeze and fall underwater. So
Speaking of things that is not going to make $1 billion, Venom 3.
oh
I
yes.
not a big fan of the Venom films. I'm really not.
I didn't even
Uh,
know this was the third one. Just
yeah.
kidding. Uh did they
I
release two films?
I can watch the first one. The second one is just like why? Like you bring Carnage in and actually you don't make him be Carnage. Like I don't Carnage is a Venom in
It was
general.
so good.
Oh, jeez. But Venom is such a brutal character. And when you put a PG-13 label on it, it's like, oh, okay, wishy-washy, kills off screen. And even in this trailer, you can see it, where like Venom takes like bites out of each head. It's stupid. It's like there's no blood or anything. It's just like a clean bite, and it's like it's like, and this makes me even more mad. Craven, that's coming out later now in December and not in August. Um, that is rated R, and it's like, so you weren't afraid to do a rated R film, but you choose Craven to be rated R, not Venom. What?
See, don't ask questions. See, Austin, if I've learned
Oh,
anything, it's that nothing makes sense. All I know is that Tom Hardy's coming back for this movie. If I'm him, I'm gonna keep milking these movies and keep
he
making
says
money.
this is his last one. So, and even
Oh,
the title is called The Last Dance.
I just want to point out though, if Tom Hardy got like a huge pay raise, he'd probably come back for another one and another
I
one.
mean, yeah, money
It's
talks. Like
yeah.
let's say if this
I mean,
movie even makes $1 billion or $2 billion, of course they'll do another one. And they will
yeah.
even throw Tom
They'll be
Holland
like
in there.
they'll be like Venom's last dance.
Yeah,
You know, the samba or something, and then you know how they're gonna do it.
yeah.
Or they're gonna do a crossover between Venom and Fast and Furious and be like Fast and Furious, the Last Dance, Fury, Venom, Carnage, and
Last
then
Venom,
they're gonna see who could be in more movies. Vin
Fat
Diesel, Tom Hardy.
Fast Venom, Furious Venom, Venom Furious. I don't know. I mean, the trailer is fine, I guess. Have you watched the trailer?
I did, and I hated it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I try and not be a hater, but Venom has not caught my eye. The first one, you were right, was
yeah.
okay. But when I go see a movie like Venom, I want to
I
see really good.
I expect violence. I expect heads to be and blood spearing everywhere.
No,
Um,
that's the Acolyte where they
uh,
chopped off people's heads.
but hide it with a tree and don't show it. That's
Oh, oh.
yeah.
I mean,
I mean, hey,
eh,
I'll say about episode 5, and we'll get more into it later. Um, episode 5 is easily the best episode. So, but that's not saying much.
that's
Uh,
not saying much. Jinx.
but
Uh,
the biggest controversy though is the whole I don't know, is it really a bar? The whole, like, at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, Venom was in the MCU, and
oh,
actually
on
he
the
gets
beach
warped.
or something, right?
Well, that was the Venom post-credit scene, but in Spider-Man No Way Home, he was talking to this guy like at this drink place or whatever, and next he gets warped back to his reality, and next we see a little glimpse of like a symbiote being left behind. And in this
Oh yeah.
trailer, we're shown by this dude who's capturing this piece of Venom, and it's like, wait, did they just retcon their own post-credit scene?
Oh, 100%. I mean, come
Or
on now. Anything
are these military guys like, travelers between the universe? Because that would be the best exposition for anything.
you mean like a TVA type event where they
Yeah,
try and eliminate? Yeah. I mean, here's the thing though. The thing that's been most lazy about anything Marvel is they're
Sony
like,
Marvel.
well, didn't make sense. Let's just use TVA.
Yeah,
Or like, oh, this didn't make sense. Just, this is a multiverse. I mean, honestly, at this
the
point, if they
multiverse is
don't like
just a
a movie,
mess.
they should just be like, this is a multiverse
Yeah,
movie and then just remake it.
yeah.
So that's what they should do for
It
Star
happened.
Wars.
Or just reboot it and next say it's like, well, see, you can't complain. It's a new thing, so we're not falling off of George Lucas.
Oh gosh.
I mean, like you can't, that will get rid of a lot of the haters, I guess. I don't know. Air
Now,
quote haters.
yeah, there's just I don't know, there's so many different things that they could do in this. And
I like
anytime,
I think the music that they choose for the trailer works. I never thought that that what's the song called? Oh, I forget the name of the song, but I never thought that you
you're
could
asking the
take.
wrong person.
Yeah, I didn't think that that song could work in a dark tone type of way, and I actually kind of liked it. But I wish they took it for a better movie, because I already know this movie isn't going to be the greatest. So it's kind of just sucks. And so
Man, Austin, remind me never to make a movie and invite you. You're gonna eviscerate it. Just kidding.
That's why I have not been invited to anything Disney related. So,
That's fair. That's
yeah.
fair. Which actually, this next topic is Disney related and
Oh, okay.
actually could be good.
Well, let us
It
know.
could be good.
Well, let us know in the comment section below about Venom 3. Are you excited? Are you not? I don't know. I'm sick and tired of the Sony verse, and I think that Sony even is sick and tired of their Sony verse. Which, by the way, go check out our Madam Web commentary that I just did with Cliff. That came out this Saturday.
gosh.
At the time of recording this, it hasn't gone up, but it will be up. So go check out that commentary. We've ripped that film to shreds. So it was
I'm excited to go watch it.
Go watch
I haven't
that.
got it yet. Okay, okay.
Um,
Now, this one is Star Wars related and it's Disney related.
yes.
And arguably the two best things that Disney has ever come out with crossing over. So, Rogue One characters are showing up in Andor season 2.
Yeah.
Now, for me, Rogue One was great. Oh, if Disney could take that Rogue One magic with some of that Andor magic and actually, I say magic because Disney has magic,
Yeah.
bippity boppity. If they could take that and put that into their other Star Wars projects, they'd be great. Instead, they have Acolyte. Oh, but I like that they're connecting and intertwining all of their projects. The problem that I have is that when it's not to the level of Rogue One or Andor, it's not good. So my hope is that with this crossover or with these characters being shown prior to the events that happen on Scarif,
Yeah.
I hope, I'm like,
Are we
that
supposed to
they
get
do
Andor
not
this
ruin
year?
these. I hope they don't ruin. Could you imagine if they ruined Andor and Rogue One characters? I would probably cry.
I don't think they would do that to their most. Well, I don't. Well, Andor did not get a lot of views, but it's their most success. It's more their successful shows besides Mandalorian season 1.
Oh gosh, I don't
I
even
think it
know.
would. I
That
would
was
say.
so long ago.
I would say it's probably the successful show on Disney Plus. Besides when it comes to views, what I mean by
I'll
successful,
tell you.
I'm talking about positivity, and like that. This is the only show that
Well,
we've gotten.
reception. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm looking forward to Andor season 2 and characters showing up. I think it's been confirmed that Krennic is supposed to be in the show. Now, is
Which
he
is
like?
good.
I don't know, as like a main antagonist because it wouldn't really. I don't know. I don't think him and Andor should ever meet on screen because
Crossover.
like, it wouldn't really make any sense when you watch the movie because it doesn't seem like he really cares about who this guy is.
And you know what'll happen, so you know he won't die or anything, which
Yeah.
kind of ruins the intensity. But
I think they should start setting up like in this season start setting up the movie. I think that's what they're probably going to do when they say like these characters are crossing over. And I think
I mean, what if they showed the events leading up to the plans of the Death Star? So like the Bothan spy that's taking it. You could have like a crossover like Andor saying, "Oh, you can bring it to this rebellion or whatever."
Yeah.
There's definite
I think
opportunities.
I think it's going to end with him because with the first time that we see him in the movie where he's on that planet, he's going to talk to that guy in the back alley. I think that's where it's going to end because from my understanding, is that we're going to be jumping. That this season is going to be jumping in forward at time between episodes. So I think the way it will probably end, at some point he's going to join the rebellion. We already know that. So he's going to be part of the rebellion at some point in the middle of the season. And it's going to end with him probably trying to go find why am I blanking the character's name? The big fat dude. The big guy that can't breathe. Not Darth Vader.
Oh, not Darth Vader.
Yeah.
You're asking. I don't know.
I don't know the
I only
character.
saw Andor one time. Is that bad? It's weird because I really liked it, but I
They're
usually
long
find myself
episodes.
just going. I
They're
find
pretty
myself
long.
going back and watching The Acolyte. No, just kidding.
Oh.
I find myself going back and watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Honestly, oh, so good.
See,
Every
I
time
try
watch
to,
it, it
but
gets better.
the way that those episodes are laid out, it's a mess. Like, you know how like some of the story elements jump all over the place because the episodes are actually out of order. So you have to you have to look up like a
Mhm.
watch guide how to watch it because of the episodes not being in order. But yeah, I am definitely gonna go rewatch Andor for season 2. I'm curious if it's gonna come out this year. I thought they said it was. When did we get Andor? We didn't get it last year, did we? I think we did. I don't remember when that
Uh,
show actually came out. Um, but yeah,
yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious what other characters are going to show up. Is the droid going to show up? I'm pretty sure he's supposed to. I guarantee he's going to show up at some point because he's technically friends with Andor, somewhat. So I don't know. Let us know in the comment section below what characters you guys think will show up in the
Oh,
not
we
the
want to
Acolyte,
know.
the Andor. I don't want any of my main characters showing up in the Acolyte. So moving on to the Acolyte. Disney, being Disney, is just crapping on the fans, which, which I mean, fair enough because the fans will just crap on one another anyway. So I
Not
guess
surprisingly.
it works out anyway on both sides. So yeah, let's talk about the Acolyte. Think of this as a mid-season review, I guess, because we're halfway through the season. How are you pretty updated on the Acolyte? Have you been watching it episode to episode?
I I am up to date on all the episodes, and
Okay.
if we talk about episode 5, we can. I think we just need to do a spoiler
We
alert prior to saying anything.
we'll talk about like the fan issue, and next we'll say like, hey, okay, we're gonna get into spoilers. You can skip to this certain point and next, or just skip to the next topic. Up to you, but just you don't even need to watch the show. So just listen to us spoil it if you, anyways. But I don't get the whole the whole media and Disney being like, oh, well, they're review bombing because they're sexist. I don't get this whole entire. It's because it's a. I'm gonna make this fuck. I'm gonna make this clear, Disney. Um, that is every
Oh no,
freaking.
not Disney.
This is every freaking fan base. Every freaking fan base has someone that is sexist, that has someone that is transphobic, has someone that is homophobic. That is an every fan base thing. But it's such a small minority of that fan base, and you saying that as the whole fan base really pisses me off because that is such a fucking lie. It's not true, and you need to learn how to take criticism.
I
Uh,
just don't understand the I don't understand the idea
well,
of that,
well,
honestly. So
even fans go back and say it. Like it makes no sense. Like even fans repeat what Disney says, and it's like, how? What about me saying that this character is being stupid has to do with anything about being transphobic? Has to do anything about being sexist? Like, what does that doesn't make any sense? You know, and this is a great counter argument to whenever someone says that is that two of the best episodes of Book of Boba Fett, which weren't had didn't have anything to do with Boba Fett. The two best episodes were directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. Who guess
which is
what?
weird.
Who is a female, and no one complains about that because it doesn't work to their argument agenda.
I I thought she did a good job actually,
Yeah,
shockingly. So
yeah.
I thought it was
I
good.
think her first directing debut was the Mandalorian stuff. So I don't know much about her directing career, but she did a fantastic job. But no one mentions that because it doesn't work against their arguments. It's the same thing when it comes to anything when you point out the Acolyte. Like, oh, how's this character around in this time? Like you point out, like, oh, well, this character isn't supposed to be born yet. Well, it was never said in the movie, so it's like, so it's not canon. Okay, well, does it? It's not going to make any sense though. Who cares if it was can? Okay, forget about the age thing. You're telling me a character that was in the prequels that says this certain thing and shows up here and somehow forgets about it 80 years later. It makes no sense. It's just terrible writing.
Kind of. Well, I mean, they're not known for their writing, unfortunately, and I think the problem that I have is review bombers are really annoying,
Well, yeah, no,
but
review bombers are like
the
that's got
worst.
that's even if even if something is getting a lot of backlash, there's even probably people still review bombing things. But even so, there's probably still people giving it positive, trying to give a bunch of positive reviews, trying to balance out the numbers. They're probably doing that, but they're not going to go mention that either. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
because it doesn't, again, it doesn't work their narrative. So it's just stupid, and people, it's just funny, like they want us to respect their opinion, but they don't respect our opinion. It's like it's a two-way street. It's like you want me to respect you, but you don't respect me. Like what? It's dumb. I hate it, and people just need to
Yeah.
learn how to like. I don't have a problem with someone liking Acolyte. If you like Acolyte, good job. I'm glad you are. But if you cannot explain to me why you like something, that tells me that you're just pulling stuff out of your ass. That's how I see it. That's
Yeah.
personally how I see it. And I actually sent, I'm curious, did you watch those two videos I sent you earlier today?
Yes, I watched the first one. I did watch the second one,
Okay.
but
Well, well,
trying to. Oh,
well,
go ahead. Go ahead.
well, in the first one, he talks about how like this certain thing happens, I'm gonna be really mad, and that certain thing happens, and he's like, oh, it's all forgiven because the fight scenes were cool. It's like, wait, so cool fights forgive terrible writing? Okay, that, I mean, sure, why not? That's like saying like the best part of Jurassic World is Dominion is the CGI, so that forgives all the terrible
I
logic in
mean, but
that
you are
film.
right. The
Yeah.
CGI is the best.
Yeah. And in the second video, he's talking about how for the new Disney Star Wars movie, the Rey movie, is starting to auditions or whatever. And it's like, and he's like, oh, I'm going to be in the next Star Wars movie. And it's like, oh, I see. So you're kissing ass. Got it. Makes sense. And so,
I mean, that's kind of how people are, though. Unfortunately, it's whatever works
yeah.
best for them to get
Eh,
what they want.
Well,
So,
and it's like, and there's this saying like, oh, hating pays. It's like, actually, no, being more positive and kissing ass pays. And people, and you're upset that I'm not kissing your ass. And like, and I get comments like that. It's like, on the Jay and Silent Bob commentary, I got a lot of backlash because I didn't like the movie. And there was a comment saying like, oh, 680 subscribers makes sense. I'm like, what makes sense? I mean, yeah, I'm a smaller channel. So are you saying that
but everybody,
if I
I've
like
heard.
something, I would have more subscribers? So me just being myself, telling how I actually feel, is just not the way of
There's a
doing things.
there's a good. Excuse me. Sorry. There's a good mix of both of them from a perspective of like of it's better than review bombing and it's better than just saying everything's good. There's a good. There's been some great movies. There's been some
Yes.
bad movies.
Yes.
So, and that's just how it is sometimes.
Well, yeah, but people's like saying like, oh, criticism is just you hating, and that's not cool. It's like, because I'm saying that I'm not liking something, because I say something bad doesn't mean that it's not good. Me telling a person that wrote something or directed something sucks is good in their benefits, because then they can take that criticism if they feel like, and make something better out of it. If you tell them like everything that they're making is good, then nothing's going to change. We're going to keep getting the same garbage. So, or not, well, I guess not really garbage, but like the same type of quality, and that's what we're seeing. And if anything, the fan base is coming even more closer because of the Acolyte, because people, it doesn't matter if you're trans or whatever pronouns, even those people are are getting sick and tired of Disney's quality of what they're putting out with Star Wars, and and everyone's finally coming together. Besides some majority saying like, "Hey, it's time to actually change how you're doing things." So get rid of Kathleen Kennedy for one. Get rid of her. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like she might have been a great producer or anything, but she does not know how to run a studio. Get rid of is it Lindsay Lohan, the showrunner of
Oh,
the
Lindsay
Acolyte?
Lohan.
Yeah, get
Lindsay.
the showrunner of the Acolyte. Don't let her touch anything else. because especially the stuff that she says is like, oh, Star Wars was always gay. Nerds are gay. It's like, what?
I mean,
Okay. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, are you sure you're not trying to piss? Like even the actor, the main lead in the Acolyte, she says like our main goal was to piss off white men. I'm like, why is that your goal in
that's
general?
yeah,
Why
that
is
is kind of weird.
so um do you
I think
want
that's strange. I think it's so weird too because I don't think she's bad.
no,
I just think her
I
character
think
was
she's a
terribly
good
written.
actor, but her character is awful. We're getting into slightly spoilers of episode 5 or just in the show in general. So skip to the next topic if you guys don't want to hear any spoilers. In episode 4, well, actually, let's go back to episode 3. So in episode 3, we get a flashback to of this whole entire situation about how the sisters basically get separated or whatever. The reason why they were
Yeah,
never together for years. May's character in this episode makes no sense. One second she wants to love her sister, but then literally the next scene she's like, "I'm gonna kill you if you go with the Jedi." I'm like,
that
"What
was
are you?"
weird.
And actually goes to burn down her whole entire home. NX kills everyone, which I guarantee what's going to happen is they're going to tell in an episode later they're probably going to tell it from her perspective, and it's like, oh, that's not how it happened at all. So this show's all about perspective. So in her eyes the Jedis are evil, but in Osha's eyes the Sith are evil. It's I'm thinking of that scene from Revenge of the Sith. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. It's I hate this. I hate that story plot line. It's like, oh well, from
I
my
don't
point of
know.
view,
Well, I think I was more disappointed in the fact that they killed off so many characters. Who's going to be the characters in the next? There's 3 episodes, right? Left.
everyone has to die in the show to make things make sense. That's the thing. Everyone has to die. Even the Sith has to die. Which, by the way, he calls himself a Sith in episode 5. So what do you guys have to say to that? Oh, he didn't mean it. Oh, okay, got it. Understand.
He is a fake Sith.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's a
he is
splinter
the
that they made up.
antithesis.
He's a splinter that, as they mentioned. Um, and next we move on to episode 4. And in episode 4, May for some reason has this turnaround of like, oh, I don't need to listen to my master. My loyalty is to my sister. Even the guy that she hung upside down, he goes like, "Wait, what?" Like in his voice,
Yeah,
he's like, "What?" And it's like I actually laughed because I was like, kind of funny, like because if I was him, I'd be like, it was just out of nowhere, and I don't think the actor couldn't hold it in. So that was kind of like his reaction to it because he's like reading the script, like this doesn't make any sense, and so she wants to
they
go
also
turn her,
killed off the best character by far too, which was annoying.
which was the
Jackie,
Wookiee. Oh well,
no Jackie.
that's episode 5. We'll get to that. But yeah, so she's gonna go turn herself into the Jedi, and at the end of the episode 4, she that everyone realizes that this dark user shows up, and so and it ends on a cliffhanger with everyone getting blown back with the Force. And next in episode 5, the easily the best episode. Again, not saying much, the fight scenes in this episode I enjoyed. Now there's a couple of times where you couldn't really see anything, so that kind of like ruins the whole uh fight choreography. But overall, I think this episode was cool because I didn't think that they would have the balls to kill off so many Jedi's, especially Jackie. I did not think that they would kill that. It's just the I'm like, whoa. So lightsabers are deadly again. Cool, but I don't
Yeah,
understand.
if it was Riva, she would have walked away.
Yeah, but I like that Yoder got his neck snap because I hated his character anyways. Like, good. Now he can't
I
now
was
he
like,
can't
eh.
use his brain even more because he doesn't. It's like actually no, it's good because he doesn't use his brain at all anyways. So he doesn't need that. So
Yeah, he
and
did. He
and the
died fast.
and the reveal of who the Sith is like not really a shocker at all. It's like you knew who it was. Like, oh, the only other guy in the show. Wow, shocker. Um, that was
It was
such a
not surprising. I don't think it was that
like
surprising.
but
TPH.
I think the writers think that though. I think the writers like, oh, this is gonna be brilliant. It's like, oh, this review is gonna knock people's socks off. It's
They
like,
did not. They did not consult the right people. That's for
no,
sure.
no, they got Morbius writers, that's for sure.
Oh, not. It's Morbin time. No, I'm
It's
just kidding.
it's May time. The what's the witch's chant? The power of one,
Oh,
the power of
the
two,
power of
the
two.
power of many. Oh, frick. Uh,
Manny. That's
many.
how they did it. Yeah.
But but even more problems with May's character is that at the end of the last episode, she talks about how she wanted to turn herself in, right? But then at the beginning of this episode, she fights the Jedi. It's like, what? I thought you wanted to turn yourself in, and she
Those
tries.
were good. That was
Oh,
good. I'm just
okay.
kidding.
It's like you had one 180 turn, and now you're back on the bad side again. Or like where who is reading this goes like, yes, approve. Dave Filoni's like looking at this. Can I have a say on this? No, that's approved. Oh, okay. So it's like I don't get this writing at all. Like May's jumping all back and forth. She wants to turn herself in, but then wants to kill the Jedi. And so I'm thinking like, okay, maybe she just has when she says she has a loyalty to her sister, she means like literally to her sister. So she will have her sister turn herself in. I have no idea. And at the end of the episode, she tries to fight her sister, knocks her out, and steals her
Yeah.
identity. And it makes no freaking sense. And it's like, and the reason why that she did do that is because she was going to turn May in. It's like, well, I'm not
Correct.
going to let you turn me in. It's like, but you just said that you wanted to be turned in to explain yourself.
Sometimes it depends on the day.
Oh,
She
okay.
just that's what's confusing.
She wanted to do it herself. That's the thing. It's like no one else.
Correct.
Got it. And another thing with this whole entire Friday situation, Freaky Friday situation, you t- the whole whip saber haircut, which she did phenomenal. Perfect barber. She should, why is she going around killing Jedi? She should open a barbershop and be like, her selling points like, I use lightsabers to cut hair. Um, so she cuts her hair, but you're telling me that Soul doesn't notice her big ass tattoo on her forehead? You don't tell
I would
me,
have noticed.
like,
Sometimes.
you're telling me that Soul cannot sense something, can't use the Force or anything. Like this, I like how can anyone defend something like this? Because it's just
They can't.
it doesn't make any sense. You have to be lying through your teeth to be like this is top tier. This is being like a top tier show because
That's because it wasn't top tier.
just nothing makes any sense. Nothing makes any sense. Uh again, the best thing was the fight scenes. I do like that I forget the name of the material, but I did like the guy's
Oh,
helmet.
cortosis.
Ketosis, that's
I
what it
think
was. Yes.
I think is what it's called. Yeah, I mean that's from like legends and all
Yeah.
of the different things. So that was actually
See,
well done.
Disney will accept
It made sense.
legends, but unless they want to bring it in, unless it's like, see, this is new, right? But
Correct.
you didn't create that. Yes, we did. Shut up. Don't
They
don't
did
go don't
though.
go look into
You
it.
just have to you just have to forget all the other stuff that
Okay.
made the same sense. I'm just kidding.
Um, but I don't get it. What and the way I just don't know how
It was
they're
so good. Don't think about it, and it was good.
well, see, the problem I have with it is that people say like, "Oh, well, you're just gonna have to you stop complaining. Wait until you watch the full season." It's like, okay, if that's the case, why they drop it episode by episode? The problem with these episodes is that it feels like they took like a I don't know 4.5 hour movie, randomly cut it up into pieces, and be like, all right, and like made it into 8 episodes. And it's like it feels weird. It feels messy. It just feels like someone it's like that I'm like watching a movie with keep touching the damn remote and pausing it over and over. And it's like stop touching it. Let it finish. And so
That's the best part. Let people do that.
oh, okay, got it.
Let them touch the remote and then choose something that doesn't make any sense. And then when it's not good and people are like, I don't understand, you can be like, well, you should have understood it from the first play. No, I'm
Mm.
just kidding. That's
Well,
how I feel like sometimes when people create things.
mm. Well, like, how do you think that they can resolve this? Like, the only way that literally everyone has to die, and even including
Sure.
including the Sith, and maybe like they'll use it and connect to Plagueis. Like like this guy was like like a Padawan to Plagueis or something. Next, he wanted to go on and do his own thing, and Plagueis did not appreciate that. And so when he comes back, Plagueis kills him or something. I don't know.
No,
Um,
that would be the worst thing
no,
ever,
I think that would
honestly.
be the bet, like the only actual option because the Sith has to die, and all the and even Soul,
Well,
May, and Osha have to die. And but the thing is, this is how they're gonna cover up the Sith problem. This is how they're gonna do it. I guarantee it. I will bet $5 on it.
I,
They're gonna use
and
May will be the one be blamed for the Jedi's death. They will May will take the blame, and then because then they won't consider her as a Sith. So then it's like, oh well, see, we haven't seen a Sith in a millennium because of. But wait, what about that one incident? Oh well, she wasn't really a Sith. She was just this um
disgruntled ex
this
Jedi.
like yeah,
Just kidding.
but she
No, I'm
used the
just
Force
kidding.
for
They'd make something up.
dark intentions. That doesn't make a Sith. Are you sure? No, no, it does not. Whatever, fine. If that's how they're gonna do it, whatever. But this is the biggest problem. You remember how the two sisters were created from the freaking Force? So you're telling me
Yes.
they forget all about that in 80 years? The one thing that made Anakin Skywalker only intriguing to them is because he was born without a father. That's the only reason why the Jedi Council took him in, because of that. They did not want him because he was old, but then they will take these two kids when they're practically the
Of
same
course
age.
they would take them.
Um, like it doesn't make any sense, but they're gonna forget all about that, and especially when they trained one of them. I you cannot make this up. You just can't. And
Yes.
somehow people will try to find a way to defend it. And it makes no sense. So,
It made sense in
oh, okay.
nobody's brain. In some brain.
Mm,
Somewhere. They'll retcon something else and ruin it to have it fit the narrative of what they want.
yeah.
So
Well, that's what Disney is. It's like Disney trying to fix their own mistakes. And I think that they're slightly like people are saying that they're slightly hinting at this guy to be like a the starter of the like the
oh
Rins.
please. Oh gosh, I
And like
hope
people are
not.
saying like you can somewhat hear Kylo Ren's theme. And I'm like, why would the Rins be this old? And why would they
Well,
be I don't know.
it may be who he takes after, but that's still too much.
We should just forget about the sequels, just in general. Just don't even bother.
That's that's fine. I, I
Um,
I'm down with that. I think a lot of other people would be too.
so yeah. Anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts on the Acolyte if you like it or not. Again, I don't care if you like it, but give me a good reason why. If you like something, you should be able to tell somebody why you like it. But if you get mad at someone asking you that question, that just gives them the answer that you actually don't have any actual reason why you like something, and that's just a given thing. Um, but yeah, and it should be the same way from the opposite side. If you don't like something, give it the reason why. Don't have it be these tedious
I
little
agree.
things. Actually give a reason. But the problem is whenever someone does give their reasons, it's like, oh, well, you, you got to let it finish the show first. It will be explained because it's
I think it's
explained
okay.
doesn't mean it makes sense.
I mean, I feel like you should let people finish the show at least, because then instead of
I
being a 4, it could still be a 5.
Well, yes, your opinions can change throughout the show while it goes on, but it doesn't mean. But an episode should hold on its own, and none of these episodes do. Not a single one, because none of them has a set. You know how The Last of Us has its own story plot lines in each episode? Like, in the first episode is about the outbreak, and actually see what our characters go through in that moment and how that changes them. Episode 2, you see how they evolve, and now they have to deal with this girl who has some importance to her. And next episode 3 kind of breaks somewhat the show up, but it's about how you can still find love in the zombie apocalypse. Each episode should be able to have its own story, its own plot line, and hold on its own. None of these do, and that's why the saying of, well, this just feels like someone took a movie and cut it up into pieces. And
Well,
so
that's basically what TV shows are if they're not done well. So
yeah. So again, let us know why. Let us know what your thoughts on the Acolyte, or the fans,
please,
or the Disney's like response to the fans of like, oh, how they're just man. It's just what was Kathleen saying? Like, it's majority men, so men don't like women. It's like, well, actually, we like Leia. Just saying.
Ahsoka,
Ahsoka,
Padme,
yeah, like
Jyn Erso. I
Tell,
can name.
you're telling me that Alien isn't one of the biggest horror franchises of all time, and that stars a female, and in this new Alien movie is actually starring a female. So I don't. Disney, shut up.
I think Kathleen's just confused, as she usually is.
I think she escaped a mental asylum. I think that's what happened. Someone get her meds. But yeah, let us know. And if you like it, give us your reasons. If you don't like it, give us your reasons. Let's move on, because now I'm getting pissed off.
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
We've riled you up, and we still have 9 topics. I think
yeah,
7.
like 8. Yeah. Speaking of something more a little bit positive, I guess 23 Jump Street possibilities. So Channing Tatum was going on interview tours for his new movie. I forget the full name of the movie, but it's almost like a comedy, but about them faking the moon landing, which is all a conspiracy theory and not actually true.
Oh my gosh.
But
I think it's kind of funny. I think
no,
it's ironic.
I can find it funny too, but I just don't want them to push it as like a true thing of like, oh, the moon landing is fake, because it's not. Um, it's actually real.
It's definitely fake. Ask a movie. I'm just kidding.
What's fake is the Acolyte. It doesn't exist. It's not canon. Um, there you go. But yeah, what do you think of? I think I remember something in the article saying that they have a script, but it's just about if it actually gets done. So what do you think of? Do you think they should do a 23 Jump Street? I enjoyed the first one, not so much of the second one. I think it has its moments, but the first one is a lot of fun. Honestly, I do like the TV show a lot. So what are your thoughts? Should they do it? What could they do? I don't know. Let's.
So here's the thing. One, I'm so sick and tired that they just keep making movies and movies and movies, and it feels like it's the same movies over and over and over again with the same characters. So I'm not excited from the perspective that it's another one, 21, 22, all these different things. I just think they need to be done, but could be good. Who knows? Then it'll be a trilogy.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not a huge fan of this particular, but I'm gonna reserve my judgment until I see,
Something
trailers and
like see,
yeah,
because
exactly.
it's not like tangential things, but that it's just like talking about like should they really do another one? Is it are the actors in that like placent like in their life, so they feel like doing another one? I think what's his name who played his partner, Channing Tatum's partner? I forget. Why am I blanking people's names? I have to look up his name, but he's moved on to like more serious roles. 21 Jump Street.
Oh, Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. That's right. Thank you. I was literally
Yeah,
just
I
pulling
was
up
like, I
his.
got you. I got you.
Um, he's been moving. He has kind of like left the realm of being silly, kind of being like the jokester. He's done more serious stuff. I mean, like this wouldn't be a bad thing for him. I don't think. I think he's a lot better actor than he was before. Even especially Channing Tatum. I love Channing Tatum's like little minor cameos that we've been getting throughout the years. In Bullet Train. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
He's yes,
Like
he's
that
just
scene was funny. Like he made that scene work. Um,
I think he is a really funny guy, which is why I really like seeing him like get a little bit more diverse in his different roles.
yeah,
So I hope they keep utilizing him for that because I think he's found like this niche.
yeah,
So
just being like in these comedies. I like he's like, like that works. It works out for him. So let us know in the comment section below on your thoughts if they should
yes,
do a
yes, yes.
23 Jump Street. Are you a big fan of the Jump Street films or the TV show? Let us know your thoughts down below. So moving on to um another somewhat, I guess, somewhat form of comedy that is somewhat also kind of good be in the same realm of Jump Street is Wolves, which is starring Brad Pitt and George Clooney. I don't remember seeing them in a film in forever. I don't think they've done a film together since Oceans. I don't think
Yeah,
they have.
11, right?
Yeah, like
Ocean's 13, one of those.
um and I'm actually really looking forward to this movie. It's directed by the dude that did the three Tom Holland Spider-Man films. And so like I really like this trailer. This trailer just looks like a lot of fun. Like you have it seems what from my understanding is like the secret organizations that have to deal with some form of crime, I think. I don't like that's what I somewhat gained from the trailer. Um, but it could be a lot of fun. I don't know really that all much about it, but I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so honestly, I think, well, for me, Clooney and Pitt together in a movie in general, especially if it's a little bit more serious, I think presents a really great opportunity. I wouldn't be surprised if they get nominated for awards because I feel like this is one of those types of movies where they could easily end up like just absolutely knocking it out of the park.
Not for like, are you talking about for like best picture, or are you talking about for
No, no,
like
no, no. No,
like
I'm talking about like some of the lesser awards, like not People's Choice Awards, but something along those lines where
People's Choice
they'll
Awards
get.
are a joke?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like in terms of them not being in there acting in a lot of things recently,
Yeah,
I think this is going to be a really good opportunity to like really remind people, hey, we've been good, we're good.
yeah,
So I'm
and they're
excited.
just having
It's
fun.
also Sony, so maybe they'll put
Yeah,
it at Alamo Drafthouse.
yeah, or yeah,
We don't get paid for
uh,
that, by the way.
no, no. I mean, like, and Brad Pitt and George Clooney have great chemistry. I mean, like, they did the Ocean 11 films, and they feel like they just feel like they are best buds. Um, I think they're doing an Ocean's 14, aren't they? I think they've confirmed that, or at least there's talks of it.
Oh gosh. Oh,
Just
another one.
so we'll have to wait until it gets closer to by its release date to see how well it's gonna do. Go check, but I think we should go check this film out. Speaking of other films that are
Oh
sequels,
gosh.
Shrek 5 is in the
Oh
works, confirmed by
gosh.
Eddie Murphy.
Another one.
I
I'm
I
sorry.
enjoyed like that Puss in Boots movie that we got a few years
Yeah,
back.
but that was different.
Was it
Uh,
diff? What do you mean it was different?
it was not
It was.
another Shrek movie. It
Oh,
was
that's true. I
after
don't think.
three. They should have stopped.
Yeah. Was three even good? I don't even remember three.
I think three. So there was Shrek one,
Yeah,
Shrek two, and then Shrek three, which is happily ever after, right?
I think so. It had to deal with like the a king's son. Wasn't that three? And like Shrek was human or something. I have
Yep.
no.
The King Croaks. Yeah.
Okay.
That one.
And Shrek 4 had to deal with like rewriting reality, which could have been interesting, but it was just like, okay, I guess you made
Yeah, with
another Shrek
Rumple.
movie.
Was it? Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah, I mean it was fine.
He was okay. He wasn't great, but we're gonna go on a journey with it right now. We could make another Shrek movie right now.
Yeah. So Shrek 5, I'm just more curious on what are they gonna do with it? Like what's it about? Like
They're gonna mess it up like they always do. I
Okay.
swear. They make these movies and then they mess them up.
So things that also no one asked for is that in this interview that Eddie Murphy was being asked about while he was doing Axel, like the sequel to Beverly Hill. He also mentioned about them doing why am I blanking his character? A donkey movie.
Yeah, too much. Doing too much.
I think Donkey works as a side character, but I don't think Donkey works as like a character on its own. Like it's the same thing with
unless you centered it around him and the dragon.
Maybe. Like what was a film? It's like the Minions. Like the Minions work as like a side thing, but as soon as you give them their own film, it's like banana.
Not
It's
that
like
good.
how many times are we gonna hear them say banana, banana? It's like okay.
Well, you have to remember those are for kids though. So they.
I hate that saying.
I want to see
Inside Out 2 is for kids, and guess what? Adults like it.
Oh, let's see, Minions.
I'm pretty sure those made $1 billion too.
Yeah, Minions got a 6.4 out of 10, so not too bad. So
that's a 60%. That's like a deep. So yeah. They're failing school. They're gonna get hold back for next year. But yeah, I don't know. I don't need a donkey movie. Shrek 5 could be interesting with the new animation, and if it's on the same par as Puss in Boots, I forget the full-on title, but that Puss in Boots movie, which I actually really do like. I haven't watched it since the release, but I just remember I remember really enjoying it a lot, and I think that's a really good animation film. It just really works. So yeah. Any other thoughts on that?
Well, I don't. That one I'm gonna have to see. I just have to.
Well, let us know in the comment section below on your guys' thoughts on Shrek 5 or the Donkey film.
Yes.
Or Eddie Murphy as a person. I don't know. Anything down below. Moving on to this film. This is a film I actually did not expect to see or happen at all. Piece by Piece, which is a biopic but in Lego form. So if you guys remember, WB had had the Lego rights, so they were the ones making all the Lego films. But now Universal does. So this is their first film for Lego is a biopic. I actually think this is an interesting idea. Tell me about. I don't know the actual guy's name, but it's the guy that did the one of the songs from Despicable Me. I think it's like called Happy. I forget.
Yeah. Pharrell Williams.
Yes, it's about him.
Yeah.
And for something on that level for a musician, you can do so many cool, colorful things. Music is like, it's supposed to be this upbeat situation. For that just works as a Lego format. And like it could be so creative, like, and I think you could teach something to kids in a clever way. I think kids probably can enjoy this, but I think it's going to be more on the same level as Inside Out, where kids will find it more entertaining, but it's going to connect with the adults. And I think that's how this film is going to really work as it is. And did you watch the trailer by any chance? Or
yeah, I thought it was weird. I'm not
like the cinematography was a little bit off to you, or
I find it bizarre. I'm also really not that interested in watching it because it's not somebody that I'm interested in. So that's why it's like, that's why it's kind of weird, because it's like, it's a cool idea, but it's
but the person that they chose to do for is like, okay,
kind of interesting.
Let me ask you this question: who would you, if they did another biopic, who would you like to see in Lego form? I just like this idea. I just honestly really do. I think it's so creative.
It's gotta be somebody that's a little bit older, has like a lot of movies under their belt.
Lindsay Lohan.
No.
Oh,
No.
Kathleen Kennedy. You know, George Lucas
Uh,
could be an interesting one if they did a biopic of him. Seeing like Star Wars Legos or something.
Here, I got you 1 second. Uh, Matthew McConaughey
Matthew McConaughey. That
as a
could be interesting.
Lego.
Yeah, that could be.
If with
And
his voice as a
next
Lego,
they go remake some of his films in Lego forms. That could be interesting. Like, you know,
Samuel
they
L. Jackson,
yeah.
that would be awesome.
But you can't use his famous quote though. I mean, unless it's PG-13. I'm curious if this film is this film PG-13 or is it PG? Probably PG.
For the bioepic, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's PG.
Piece by piece, I'm curious. I don't know how graphic the dude is or anything, but there's no rating for it. So
It doesn't, yeah.
but I just think it's a clever idea. I think this could really work, but I do agree. The person I it's like when I saw first the trailer, it's like, wait, who is this on? Oh, it's on that guy? Oh, okay.
Gwen Stefani's in it, which is interesting. I
Yeah,
also
they
like
got
that Snoop Dogg.
yeah,
Snoop Dogg's in.
they got some weird interesting people in it. I think even Ice Cube is in it. So it's like they got these like big name like celebrities in it, but not a lot of kids are gonna know these celebrities. So it's like it's kind of it's cool,
Yeah,
but it's kind of weird. So it's like
yeah.
it's not gonna really
It
please to the kids that much.
correct, but I don't think they have to because I think
Oh,
they're gonna see how well received it is first, and then I guarantee you they're probably gonna come out with more stuff.
yeah,
So,
I think it's I I don't know the budget. Maybe you can look it up if it is available on the internet.
yeah, let's check. I'm gonna
Um,
check right now.
but if it makes back its budget, I can definitely see more Lego biopics, and I think Universal will have a blast with it because WB, oddly enough, didn't really use the Lego license that much. They made the two Lego movies. They made Batman, and I believe they made a Ninja Nagar, however you say the full title movie. I
Let's
think they only
see.
made like 4 Lego movies, and so and I know Universal is looking for their next big franchise, and this could probably be it. So
It doesn't say what the budget currently is.
does it say like a
So
estimate, like a rough estimate? Is it not even
no,
that?
that's what's weird. Not even on the Wikipedia page either.
Let me
So
look up the Lego movie budget, and we'll go based off that.
oh,
Maybe,
okay.
well, it's like just like okay, so if it's this amount, then that's like a rough estimate.
60 to 75 million.
Okay, that sounds about right. So it's probably in that range, maybe a little bit
Yeah.
less. It could be.
Let's see the Lego Movie 2 box office. Let's see. $99 million budget, and it made less than the first one.
But did it make its? But it made its money back. I'm assuming.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
The
So
Lego Batman was
so
more.
like they can easily make money off of this. Like if they give it like a Blumhouse budget film, like Lego film to it, like you know, it would easily make its money back. Now that's if it's really good, and so it has the possibility of being really good. So let us know your guys' thoughts down below on Piece by Piece. If you're excited for it or not, tell us if it's a good idea, bad idea to do biopics
Yes,
and
yes,
Lego
yes.
forms. So yeah, speaking of bad ideas, Chris Hemsworth. I don't think, and I'm not calling Chris Hemsworth bad or anything, but he has a Transformers movie coming out this year. He's voice acting, which I don't get the whole ordeal with casting actors who can't really voice act, like Chris Pratt. I love Chris Pratt, but man, that dude doesn't try it with his voice acting. But so Chris Hemsworth is getting more into the Transformers universe.
I did see
Um,
that.
and now he's being I think it's confirmed or either being talked about where he's going to join the live action Transformers films and be in the Transformers and GI Joe crossover movie, which was teased in the previous Transformers movie that we got, which wasn't too bad.
Interesting.
I enjoyed it. But I think what makes me somewhat excited for is a Transformers and GI Joe crossover, which sounds kind of
Ooh.
cool because it could be about the GI Joes hunting down the Transformers or wanting their help to fight a bigger crime.
See, I think that could be really cool,
Yeah,
honestly.
So just grab a big name actor, probably bring back the guy from the previous film in it, and next, boom, got your movie. I'm just, I don't know. Chris Hemsworth though has just been, I don't know, like, how do you feel about Chris Hemsworth being in a Transformers movie?
Well, he keeps ending up in everything.
Yeah,
So, I mean, at this point, bro should just be in everything.
I thought he was
They
going to
just
take
need
a
to
break
go.
from acting. I thought you said that, yeah, like he was taking a break from acting or something.
Yeah, I
But
don't. I mean,
unless it,
when you're getting paid though, you kind of just do it. You just show up and do it. So,
yeah,
no, I think I think it'll be good, assuming that they don't make it like really miserable, like overdone.
yeah.
Otherwise, it could be lame.
Well, if if Transformers One makes a buttload of money, you know that they're gonna 100% keep Chris Hemsworth a part of it,
Yeah,
because then they're gonna think, oh well, it made money because of Chris Hemsworth. In reality, it made probably money because
yeah.
of not actually really the actor. I mean, the actor has part of it, but like, that's the reason why Chris Pratt is in every animation movie now because Mario made $1 billion. It's not because of Chris Pratt, it's because the name of the movie. So, and he was the worst part of the whole entire movie. It's just, like, whatever.
Correct.
I don't know. That's kind of all my thoughts on this situation. It's just something that I interests me, and I like the Transformers. I enjoy the first Michael
See,
Bay movie. I enjoyed Dark of the Moon, and I enjoyed Bumblebee and this latest new Transformers movie that we got last year. So like I like the Transformers. I think they're cool. They're interesting ideas. I watched a little bit of the TV shows. Did you watch a lot of the TV shows?
so yes, I did, especially like the cartoony ones. I
Yeah,
love the cartoony ones. But that's the thing is it's like how do we how do we inspire and capture
the same thing.
that's yeah. Because if they can, it'll be great.
I think they're
Um
doing it more than Michael Bay has ever had. So, like right now,
yeah, yeah.
it's just that is anyone really asking for it though? That's the question. People were asking it for it during the Michael Bay films, but you don't hear that anymore because people are burnt
Correct.
out. They're just burnt
Yeah.
out, terrible garbage. And that's anything in Hollywood now these days is that people are burnt out of just seeing garbage stuff. They are sick of just wasting money for 2 hours and it's not being satisfied. And so yeah, I don't know. I'm looking. I hope that this upcoming next Transformers is really good, and it springs off even more Transformers films, and hopefully we do get that GI Joe movie because Snake Eyes sucked.
Oh, I don't think it was that bad. I just think that I think they need to really focus on his character because in the cartoons and
He
stuff,
didn't.
he's
He
one of the
didn't.
best
He didn't get his
characters.
suit until the end of the movie. Literally the last 5 seconds, and he was in the suit on the
We
poster.
don't we don't no Snake Eye slander is allowed here. I'm
Oh,
just kidding.
but Acolyte is. Can we agree on that?
That's fine.
Oh,
That's
okay.
fine. Yeah,
That's fine. All right. Speaking of other slander, The Exorcist, which we both talked about on the channel. Exorcist, what was the full
that's my
title?
favorite. Oh gosh,
I don't even remember the full title of that
it was
garbage.
like Exorcist 11D7
Gosh,
five five nine
we were
three
both
five
laughing.
five.
We were both laughing in that
Under the
theater.
sun. That was funny.
Uh,
My favorite is when that girl died. She got taken.
I find it funny that they brought back the original girl to just do nothing with her and to take her eyes out. But yeah.
That was
Um,
sad.
David Green was supposed to get 3 films. He was supposed that film was supposed to set off like a trilogy of exorcism films.
Which nobody asked for.
No one asked for, and provens otherwise that clearly he can't do it good either. Which I don't know why they're just now realizing that after the terrible success of the Halloween film Halloween
Hmm.
Ends, which sucked. So he just doesn't work as a horror film director. He is more of a comedy director. And so whenever you give him like horror stuff, he sucks. But for this topic is that Mike Flanagan which did you watch any of the haunting shows? Like the Haunting of Hill House, the Haunting, which Haunting of Bill Manor, Bill I Manor, I forget that one. Both terrific shows.
See, I thought they were really good. Not my style, but I recognized and
Yes,
appreciated how it was created
they're
and made.
more they're
Yes.
more subtle horror, which I liked.
Yes.
It's not really like jump scares horror, which is every now modern day horror thing, which I hate. I just don't like that crap. It gets on my nerves
Yes.
because it's always like, all right, because you know when it's going to happen. The music dies down, and it's like, oh, it's like, why? Um, so, but this I think is a good idea, and they're even saying like I don't know if it's a sequel to the one that we saw, or if they're just completely restarting all over again and just scrapping that whole entire idea. And next we'll see how well Mike Flanagan's movie does. But he's not a big name director, at least yet. He's not a very big, very well known director. So his name is clearly not going to draw audiences. And
Correct.
clearly the name Exorcist, especially after the previous one that we saw, isn't going to draw audiences. So
I mean, there may be people that still hang on to that nostalgia of it could be good, and then it won't. It won't be.
yeah. Well, I
It won't
mean,
be good.
when you have the kid of the Sun who directed the original Exorcist, making a movie called The Exorcism starring Russell Crowe, and that one also sucks, that doesn't help either. So that's don't go see Exorcism. That movie was just awful. Yeah, I mean, like I think they would I think they would have to get a big name actor, and that first trailer has to be a banger, like that. I don't know how else they can save the Exorcist franchise. I can't believe this is a
They
franchise.
won't. They
Um,
won't.
this should just
Well, I'm
stopped after
sorry,
the first one.
everybody. It's not going to be good. I'm sorry, but I
Yeah.
will wait and see.
Well, Mike Flanagan's not only directing, I think he's writing it too.
Oh gosh.
What do you mean? Oh
No, I'm just
gosh.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm giving you a hard time.
Like
Go.
what else? I'm trying to think of movie wise that he has done. What movies has he actually done? All I know him for, at least for right now, all I'm known for is the TV shows on Netflix, which I kind of actually want to watch again. I need that good horror elements. Mike Flanagan movies. He did.
I thought he also did.
Oh, he did Doctor Sleep.
Uh,
Oh, that was really good.
yeah, I was gonna say I do remember that one. That one was pretty good. I thought it was different.
Yeah, I think it's a good sequel to The Shining. Um,
Correct.
he did
Very weird
Hush,
though. It was
which
weird.
I never really heard good things about. I heard really good things, oddly enough. So the original Ouija, awful. I've watched that. I have a commentary on the channel. You guys should go watch that. But he did the prequel to Ouija, which I've heard really good things about. And so that's so he has some form of like of a resume. But again, not really that top like big dog. If like say if like if you attach Steven Spielberg to The Exorcist, then you'd be like, oh, okay, Spielberg doing an Exorcist film. All right, that could be interesting. That's not gonna happen here. Maybe people will pick up on it when they know that he did Doctor Sleep or something. I don't know. Um,
More like a doctor put me to sleep. Just kidding. I'm
did you?
kidding. It was. I'm kidding. I just had
Ah,
to make a pun. Come on, people.
okay.
Come on, people. We're getting to
Well,
the pun times.
oh, are we though? I think they clicked off after we started talking crap of the Acolyte.
Oh.
Um, Speaking of Blumhouse, well, so let us know in the comment section below. Are you guys looking forward to this? Of Mike Flanagan directing The Exorcist. The problem is it's still under Blumhouse's name. That's the big problem. So let us know. But moving on to even more Blumhouse's stuff and probably stuff that they're gonna ruin is that they're making video games now.
Um, they should just stick to what they're not already good at.
No, I mean like the idea is interesting. So at the summer game fest, they showed off somewhat little trailers of games that they made, and nothing really interesting. They're like kind of like 2D type of games as well. and they said that in an article that they said is that they're not going to make any games off of movie IP that they have. And I'm like, then what's the point?
Why would you make? Yeah, that's so stupid.
It's like that, like you take the idea of your movies, low budget movies, and put that into video game form. I'm pretty sure like the jump scares in those movies work way better as a video game than the way that you do it. So like I don't know why they would not do that. I'm hoping that they mean at least at this moment just to see how well that these little games that no one will play because they're 2D. I mean, there's probably some people that play 2D type of games and some of them might do well, but people like me, I don't care for that type of stuff. And with a name like Blumhouse, why like it seems like a waste
Well, especially because they're not known. I mean,
as video
I
games, I
just
guess.
yeah, this could be a really bad. This could be really bad if they do a bad job. This could honestly be like detrimental, I think, to their reputation.
What reputation? They don't have any. That's
Oh
long
my
gone.
gosh, bro just went and just tanked there.
They don't have any. When was the last time that they actually had a good film? I guess wait. Well, I'll give them this credit. The Black Phone. I kind of forgot that was a Blumhouse film.
Oh,
But see, the thing
that
is,
one was pretty good.
thing is, that one's actually really good. So I don't think of it as a Blumhouse film. That's kind of the problem right there. So like, whenever they do
Not
put out good stuff,
not
but
Megan. Nope, that one was
that
bad.
that was really bad. I can't believe that's getting a sequel and a spinoff. Oh gosh.
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah. Well, the
That was a
first
long
one,
time ago. Yes,
and
another
next
one
they
a long time ago.
and next they made terrible sequels to that one. Oh gosh, like yeah, I don't know. It could be interesting. I think it could work out in their favor if they decide to uh I don't know, take some of their IPs and make them into video games. I'm trying to think of a movie that they should make into a video game. The Exorcist. No, no, don't do that.
Oh my gosh, which one?
And you know that's how they continue David Green's sequels. They just make them to video game format. Um,
Oh,
I'm really trying to think. I would have to go through Blumhouse's representation. Um, Blumhouse movies projections. I don't know what films they have made because they all suck. Besides a few,
they are okay.
are they?
They are not our favorite, everybody.
Oh, okay.
We will not hate on them. We will just not say they're good.
Hey, how
So,
about Night Swim? You remember that movie? They should
no, they
where
should not.
where it was possessed pool, possessed pool. Um,
I didn't. I do not remember this movie at all.
it came out literally this January. That's that's why. Um, and you know what would
Huh.
happen is that the way that I would win in this game is I just would never get into the pool. That's game over. Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know. I mean, like, could they do a Five Nights at Freddy's? I don't know.
No, tell
Like,
them. Tell them to stay far, far away.
mm,
Far.
far, far. Get Out. Could that work? Maybe a Halloween game. Maybe an Insidious game. Megan could work as maybe as a game. I don't know.
How about none of the above? They need to
Um,
stick with what they need to stick with something else.
hey, people can try things, but it doesn't mean they're good at it. Um, they slash them. I don't have no idea what that's about. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm trying to find some like actual good properties, but they don't really have many. At least from what I've seen. They made The Purge? When did they make The Purge? That sounds awful. All right, so yeah, let us know. Let us know what games that you think Blumhouse should make, or better yet, what IP your favorite movie IPs from them that they could make into video game form. Um, so speaking of movies, I'm really looking forward to and video games, I guess, if you want to really throw it into this topic, they drop a new Alien Romulus trailer, which just sells it even more. I can't freaking
Oh
wait
gosh.
for this movie.
I feel like every time I see this one, you're just so excited for this.
I'm so excited. I should have wore my Alien shirt for this one. I have a couple of Alien shirts, but it's mainly Acolyte talk. I'm
Oh
more
my
excited
goodness.
for this than Acolyte episode 6. That's for sure. Like I don't like everything around this seems to be nothing but actual success. Nothing like I don't like if this fails, I will be crushed. I will not be able to
Yeah.
trust anyone ever again. The only thing that has this movie not going well for it is because the director did do the Texas Chainsaw Netflix movie.
Yep.
But the biggest positive of that
Which
movie
I
was the
do like
gore.
Texas Chainsaw. Yeah.
So the positivity was the gore of that film. The writing just sucks. But the thing is, he was a writer on that film, but there was also another writer. But the writer that wrote that film isn't part of this. So this is what I'm going to assume is that everything that sucks was because of the other writer and not because of him. Hopefully,
Which
hope
which could very well be the case.
it
You
could
never
be.
know.
It's like with Man of Steel. It's like people are like, oh, Zack Snyder did so much great job with Man of Steel. Yeah, but he
He
didn't really
he
write it.
did do an okay job though. He did.
He didn't.
We
Well,
have to
but
give him
see, the
that.
thing is, yeah, he did a good job as a director, but he did not write that movie. He had some form of writing credit, but guess who wrote the screenplay? Christopher Nolan.
Well, that's
So
because
that
Christopher Nolan is a beast,
yeah,
though.
like so Christopher like that explains why that film is good as it is. If it was just Zack Snyder and his one other buddy, it would have been a Batman versus sucks. Um, that's what I call Batman versus Superman. Batman sucks.
Oh gosh.
Um, Batman versus sucks. That that
Oh,
could that could go.
everybody, don't listen. Austin's just mad. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm I'll give credit where it's due, but Zack Snyder at this moment has no credit for making anything good. Just crapping on the dude. I feel bad.
Oh
No, I
my
don't.
goodness, I
No,
know. I would too.
I don't feel bad at
Goodness
all.
gracious.
Dude, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this Alien. What do you think of the trailer? Does it make you even more excited? Does it make you feel promising about it? Like, what is your thoughts?
No, I mean, I think it depends on where they go. Um, so they have a lot of opportunity to make it really good. I just don't know, will it be as good as we think it is? I don't know. So
Well,
I
yeah,
I like
just from
I
the
have
behind
to
the
like
scenes.
let it I have to let it play out though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
in
mean,
my
I
opinion.
guess I'm more of like a bigger Alien fan than you are. I don't know what you stand on the Alien franchise. Well, I'm a big fan of the first two. I will agree that the
Okay.
other ones suck, but and
Oh,
so
eh,
I I just think that this movie is going to be really good, and this could be a really successful year for Alien as a franchise because not only that, we're getting an Alien game, which you were asking about gameplay wise. We didn't really get a we didn't really get a gameplay trailer, but we got a trailer during Game Fest, and they showed off some stuff, which just sells that game as well. I think Alien this could be the biggest year for Alien and spreading off into multiple directions. So that's kind of my thoughts on that on the Alien trailer. Uh, it really sells the point. So as soon as tickets go on sale for this movie, you need to go buy yourself tickets. Make this be the biggest opening weekend for an Alien movie. Let's just yeah,
I see how it is.
that's our goal. And if you're not doing that, then you're the reason why movies fail.
You're gone. We're kicking you out.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
just I'm trying to like don't just I'm just saying this like if the movie comes out to be bad, I'll say it's bad. But do not wait
Could
to
be
see this
it could be bad.
on the small screen. Don't wait for streaming. Go see this in theaters until I tell you it's bad. Then wait. So yeah, that let us know in the comment section below what your thoughts on the trailer. Are you excited? Are you not? Do you even care? Let us know. But yeah, that's kind of all the topics that we got for this. That was a lot of topics. I think we've been talking for
We did get a lot of topics though, which is pretty good.
Yeah, a little bit more than normal. I think we talked about for maybe 2 hours, maybe a little less. I don't remember the time that we started. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking towards the end on this one.
Yes, yes.
Carson finally got a home from the previous episode. He was in the middle of the desert from the other ones.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't that far in the desert.
Oh,
it was somewhere. It was far.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you guys for checking out us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Go check out Dubby, my not my own company, but I am not sponsored by. Am I really a sponsor? I don't know what I am, but it's something I am supporting. You can use my code. Link is in the description. It's a good way to support the channel and support an indie, more smaller energy drink company as well. They do have some energy drinks cans now as well if you're not into powder or bottles or whatever. So go check it out. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like always, we'll see you guys next episode. Bye, guys.